between these two fantastic players who Bel'Shir is right now going to introduce.
Spawning in the top left, we have the green Zerg player from Poland. It is Tefel from Team Dignitas, and he's going to be facing off versus Alien Invasions. Patience, the newest acquisition of the German pro gaming team. And, you know, Patience, he hasn't dropped a map since he started playing in these finals. He hasn't dropped a map yet. And especially his PVZs, which the majority, if not all of those games, were PVZs that we saw him play. He just showcased such a good understanding of the matchup and such cool builds. Not afraid to use proxy gates inside your opponent's bases, not afraid to go DTs on large maps, stuff like that. Very good timings, he knows exactly when to attack. Now Tefel, it has to be said that in his series versus Nerchio, which were the second semifinals, on the second stream, Tefel was, you know, he won first two games rather quickly, 2-0, and then Nerchio pulls back, equalizes on 2-2, and the last game they play is on Habitation Station, and Tefel actually managed to defeat Nerchio while he was not having a gold base and Nerchio had. Nerchio was on 2 regular bases and a gold base, and Tefel was on 3 regular bases, and still he managed to have better macro than his opponent. That was just amazing to watch.
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy. And if you guys didn't watch that, then you should watch it on YouTube later. It'll be up at youtube.com/SC2Improve. And yeah, I mean, here we are, Tefel versus Patience, and what a journey they've both had. I mean, we're just talking about Nurture. He had to defeat Nurture. We're just talking about Tefel having to defeat Nurture in the semi-finals. But to extend past that, I mean, Tefel, he didn't have the hardest of routes here, in all honesty. I mean, apart from Nurture, in the round of 8, he had Avocado, who is a very good Terran player, but he's not quite on the same level, I think it'd be fair to say, as a lot of these other players here. In the groups, he actually got a walkover, and then he actually only had to beat Nama, which he made look very easy. And of course, Nama's very good as well, but he plays this very weird style. And for Tefel, it was very easy for him to deflect that. Whereas Patience, he went through Grave in the first match of groups. He beat Nurture in the second match of groups, and then in the round of 8, he had to play Bly, and then in the semi-finals, he had to play Johnny Rico. And to do all that without dropping a map is just fantastic. Great play by him, and really excited to see what he's got to bring to this best-of-5 finals. Mothership Core coming out of this Nexus here, and you know, just the Nexus coming down the low ground, Zod Patrol in the front, and Tefel taking a gas, because guess what? He's not stupid. He knows that when you go for a gateway expand, you need gas.
Let's just put it like this: he's not Nerchio.
He's not Nerchio, he's not Bly, and he's not Johnny Rico either.
Yeah.
Every Zerg, like, we started saying this yesterday, like, what is Nerchio doing? And then it was, what's Bly doing? Then it was, what's Johnny Rico doing? And finally Tefel playing what's more standard and, you know, just safe.
You know, it might be some sort of a new metagame that we are missing on, and you know, it might just be coming into fashion that Zergs are taking fast 3 hatcheries versus Protosses when they gateway expand. I mean, it could be that. Also, when you're playing more standard, since the standard kind of play is usually around for much longer of a period of time than new trends, players that have been around for a while, like Patience, you know, when they're going to be facing standard play, they might be pretty happy about that, because they have practiced responses to standard play for ages now. So, you know, there are cons and pros to playing standard, as well as doing something different. Here comes the Mothership Core. Will not get the Queen, because the second one will
he's going to try for it, actually. With the Zealot, he might be able to
with the Zealot, yeah.
Close.
Oh!
But, he turns around, and I think that's a smart decision, because realistically, at the end of the day, he won't get that, so just keeps his Zealot alive and just keeps moving around. He does have a pylon in position here, and I think that's just in case he wanted to get aggressive if there was a very fast red base up, but there isn't. And of course, well, he's actually going to open his Zealots anyway. We have a Stargate, but he's still opening Zealots, so he's still going to get a little bit aggressive behind this, or just, you know, before this aggression really comes to pass.
Ooh, this could actually backfire for Patience here, because he's constantly being pressuring, and now we have 12 links on the way, 14. Just
yeah, I think
just to say, a lot of lings. Now this will not be very cost efficient for Tefel, but there is no recall, so all of these zealots will die. And guess what? If Tefel makes a bit more lings, he can actually go and try for the counter attack. Because Patience opened up with 1 gas straight into a Stargate and an expansion, so he doesn't have all that much gas to start warping in sentries. He could do so, but still, it's worth a try, and Tefel is going to try to do just that.
This Oracle is going to be able to deflect these lings. However, it does mean that the Oracle is scouted, so immediately here, Tefel knows what's up, he knows what he's playing against. He actually starts up a Roach-Roar on his 3rd base in response to this. 3 Zealots, now 4 Zealots, are over to this right-hand side, and they may engage onto this 4th base, while these lings are on the other side of the map. And, you know, having lost a few lings at the front here, Tefel may lose his 3rd base. I think it might very well end up being cancelled here, but we'll have to wait and see.
I don't know, he is bringing back his lings, so unless the Oracle...
There's not as many as them anymore, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But still, he might be able to defend this.
6 Zealot?
But look at Patience. He is waiting. He did not go for the cancel. Maybe he even wants to go for the kill. The hatchery, however, is still not done.
I think he just wanted to make sure he'd get it, because with 3 Zealots, he wasn't 100% going to get it, but for 7... Like almost
2 Oracles here right now. Oh, the drones!
Oracles! Oh no, this is awful for Tefel. He's going to lose so many. He's actually going to lose every single drone, Bel'Shir.
Oh my god, this is disastrous for Tefel right now. 12 workers killed and a queen. And that Oracle, oh, just narrowly does not survive as the queen does shoot it down. But the 3rd base has been cancelled. As we said, 12 workers have been killed. More gases have been taken back home at Patience's base, and he's putting down the robo facility, and he's still maintaining the presence here with the Zealots and the Mothership Core. Tefel, as a result of that, unable to counterattack. He is going to try for that, but this is a futile attempt, while Patience still has troops at the front lines. Another cancel goes down on the hatchery, and Tefel in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say at this point? I mean, the thing you've got to remember is Patience has invested a lot to get this far, right? He's invested a lot to kill this base, to, you know, pick off that green, to kill off all of them drones. And I mean, if them drones actually weren't on their way over there, and Tefel hadn't lost them, I'd say Tefel would probably be in a better position right now, because he's going to be able to get his 3rd base up and defend it with the Roach Hydra eventually. And I mean, the tech for Patience is very late. I'd say after losing, well, actually, we've got time up going down here, but so many Roaches should mean that everything just, has to recall out.
And now here's the danger. You know, we don't have any Colossi, we don't even have a robotic support bay on the way, whereas Tefel already has his Hydrogen up, and he's been making nothing but Roach Hydra Link for the past 2 or 3 production cycles. He's like, okay, you denied my base 3 times in a row, that means there is no way in hell I'm still going to try and get this up and drone. I need to make you pay for that because I've been delayed on my econ. So yeah, eventually I'll get that up, but right now I need an army and I need to make you suffer. Now this could, of course, be very bad for Tefel if Patience displays good positioning and force fields. We saw something like this happen versus Nerchio on Frost, and it did not go very well. The same happened against Johnny Rico, I think, on the same map, where they tried to go for this Ling Hydra push and it did not work.
Yeah, Ling Roach Hydra actually coming towards the 3rd base of Patience right now. Being very patient about it though. Just taking down these rocks first, and that will give Patience time to get his army in position. Now, I'm not sure if Tefel's really going to be able to fight this good force fields initially, but not quite enough, and there's the force fields that he needs. And Tefel's going to engage into this, but warping of Zealots to the side should be able to help clear this up. However, that being said, the sentries are very exposed, and Ling's coming in from behind, and I think Tefel might actually just about have enough to break through.
Yeah, exactly. There's just not enough Stalkers. There are no Colossi. The sentries don't have that high of a DPS, and the Hydras are just shredding through everything else. More warpings coming in from Patience, and right now he's warping mass sentry. He wants to stay alive for as long as possible, buy time for that Colossus to come out. But Tefel honestly should be going for that 3rd base with that Colossus out. Patience might be able to push this back. In fact, good force field's going down, and he does get a 1/3 of that army. Back home at Tefel's base, what do we see?
I wonder why he didn't go for that 3rd base. I mean, did he think that Colossi weren't going to be so close to being ready, or... I just don't know what he was thinking, because now the 3rd base is up, and the only reason I can think of is the fact that he's so confident in his ability now to just spring around, and this time pick off the 3rd base.
Well, speaking of picking off third bases, there's the Oracle making a renewed appearance here at the third base. The Zaws are coming in as well. There are no units here to defend, and it's going to take quite some time for these slow Hydras and slow Roaches to make their way over there. Might be even too late. There are Queens for Transfuses, however, that will delay the Zealots, and Roaches are finally here to clean this up, but a nice attempt by Patience. On the other hand, all of this bought him enough time to saturate that third base, at least partially. And, you know, he is building up quite a strong army. He's got his second Colossus already out, a War Prism, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for it right now.
Yeah, Hive is on the way for Tefel though, and that means he's probably going to look to hit some kind of Viper timing.
Yeah.
Probably going to look to take a fourth base and fight. Oh, is that Green Dot a drone? Yes, it is. So drone is heading over towards that fourth base too. Now that third base, the Pros players begin to get saturated. It's a good timing for that. Some overlords in the middle of the map here will get taken down. Tefel, he is maxed out on supply, so they'll only have to remake 2 of them if he loses. But for now, it's not too much of an issue. Okay, that's actually hallucinated Phoenixes over there. This pylon, which has been harassing him since the start of the game, is finally being taken down. At the same time, though, this push coming out from Patience, this is so well timed. The Hive is just about to finish, and I don't think Tefel. Well, it depends on the engagement and the force.
Yeah, definitely. His army supply is 30 up. His worker supply is 12 up to Patience's. So, you know, if he. But look at the number of sentries. I mean, holy crap! Is this 15 sentries or is it not? That's a lot of force fields, Wardy, and I can't imagine Tefel breaking this through those force fields. Look at them zoning out absolutely everything. The Colossi going to town on those Zerg units, and Tefel just can't reach his opponent. How is he supposed to kill this army when he can't even get into range?
You need Zergs to tank when you've got sentries to just keep the units away from the start. Tefel's just supply starts to drop dramatically, and these 2 Colossi are just unanswered for, doing so much damage. 2 Vipers on the way, but of course they've got to build up energy first as well, and Tefel is going to lose this. I'm almost certain of it at this point now. And there's the GG taps on out, and then Colossi. What great timing by Patience, so clutch, and you've got to ask yourself,